Hey guys, and CS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date will be Monday, July 1st, so the first day of July 2019. This will have covered the 24th through the 30th. Is that right? Yeah, 24th through the 30th of June 2019. So this was a pretty productive week in terms of one of my backlogs, because you see, I sort of consider myself to have two different backlogs. There is the backlog of old games that I'm currently working on that I have on my list that I already have trophies for that I want to finish. And then there are other backlog games which are games that I own but have not started playing. So it was more of that second type of backlog that I was working on this week, but I did both. So I worked on a total of 7 games this week. The two that you don't see are Red Dead Redemption 2, in which I'm about to hit level 37, so leveling's going smoothly. I'll be getting there eventually. Again, it's the same story every week. I don't enjoy the multiplayer at all, but the daily challenges help level up a little bit. Do like anywhere from 2 to 6 of the daily challenges a day, and also a little bit of just killing random animals, because that gets you anywhere from 5 to 15 XP, and do a few showdowns. It's horrible because I found out, or I realize now, that they horribly nerfed the XP from racing events. It's absolutely absurd. You get like nothing for even winning races anymore. So it's absolutely pathetic. They completely nerfed that. It used to be a lot more XP. So that's really, really, really annoying. I don't know why they felt the need to do that. And then the other game I played just a little bit of was Destiny 2. I always play that on Sunday, long enough to do the Flashpoint of the week and a daily heroic adventure. Get a few shards, check out what Xur's selling. I got one item that I needed this week, the other 3 I already owned. So yeah, slowly making a little bit of progress on that, but that's not a very pressing thing, because obviously that game's got a long time before servers would ever go down, so it's not that big a deal. So in terms of the new games I started this week, I did 3 new games. The first one was Access Denied. This is a Ratalaika game. It took me, as you can see, it took me 47 minutes, but I think that I probably took a pause in there somewhere because I was just bored of the game or something. But it's a sub 1 hour Ratalaika Platinum. It's super easy if you follow a guide. So you get those 2 trophies. I think it's 36 levels if I remember correctly. So yeah, 36 levels. You'll get those 2 trophies while completing them. Once you've completed the game, you'll want to go back and skip any one level. So no difficulty there. Just skip any level and you'll get it. I think that might have been the last trophy I got, or it was the next to last trophy I got. Complete half the levels, 25 levels, 36 levels, all levels. Those are all basically story related. Just finishing the 36 levels will get you those trophies. And this is the EU PS4 version, by the way. I don't think I clarified that. So the EU PS4 version. This one, spend 3 minutes on one level. There's a good chance it'll come naturally on the flip switch matching puzzle that you can see in the trophy image. That's a good place to get it, where you'll also most likely get this turn on-off switches toggle over 100 times. You should get both those trophies while on that level, because that level's fairly randomized. Like, it's super easy, but it's randomized, so it just takes a little bit longer. So that's good. You can get both those trophies there. And then there's also another 2 trophies for completing levels, which is kind of funny. They're all in a weird order on this game. Then you have to complete a previously passed level, so go back and replay any level and complete it. Just do one of the first couple levels and you won't have a problem. And then make a short circuit you get by connecting 2 different colored like wires. You can only do it in a few specific levels. It's really easy as long as you know what you're doing, but just make sure to be on the lookout for it, or else you might have to replay an extra level in there, slightly extending the platinum time. But like I said, it's a 30 to 60 minute platinum. Not difficult at all as long as you follow a guide. It's just weird though. I'm not sure how you were supposed to figure out how to solve some of these puzzles, in all honesty, just because of the way their setup is just so obscurely just strange. I don't even know. Then I did a 100% game, What Remains of Edith Finch. This is a walking simulator game, and this one is actually pretty good. I believe it was a free PS Plus game, and like I said, it is actually a pretty solid game. I was definitely happy with playing through this. I didn't actually mind playing through it, more than anything would be a good word. So I think this was my first trophy, and I got my last trophy just over an hour and a half later. So if you're following a guide, you can easily finish this in under 2 hours. You could probably finish it even faster than I did if you knew what you were doing. So it is not a time-consuming platinum or 100%, and it's a fairly enjoyable game. Now, there are a lot of missable trophies. This one, I believe, is technically story-related for finishing the game, this gold trophy. But this is technically a collectible. There's 10 total peepholes and telescopes throughout the game, and you have to interact with all of them, and I think some of them are missable because of just the way the game's set up. And I think there is a chapter select as well, so it's not the end of the world, really, if you miss anything, because you do get a chapter select. This one's right at the beginning of the game. This one's shortly after. I think they're mostly in order. So, like, this one's right at the beginning before you get to the house. Then this one's in the first characters segment. This one's also in the first characters segment. This one's, like, a segment or two later. Then this one's a couple segments after that. This one, I think you just have to watch the full credit sequence to get. And this one actually requires you to, for some reason, replay one of the stories, which it only takes a couple minutes. It's just a little bit weird that it's there. Oh, because that's 10:55, so it was actually just a little bit longer than an hour and a half. So it was more like probably closer to an hour 40, hour 45. But still, it's a sub 2 hour 100%. It's actually a pretty decent walking simulator. Would definitely recommend it. It's very easy, very slow paced and relaxed, to where it's not a bad experience at all. Would definitely recommend if you've got it on PS Plus for when it was free. So yeah, check that one out. Easy 100%. Got it done. It's only 9 total trophies. Then we have One-Eyed Kutka. I think this has 4 versions, maybe, or it may only have 2 versions. I believe it has a North American and a European. This would be the North American version of it. I think it has 4 versions, but I could be wrong on that. I might want to look into that. It's got at least 2 versions, though. This is a very odd, but very, very easy 100%, and it only takes about half an hour to do, so that's a good thing. I still don't know what this game was, though. So my first trophy was 728, and then 758. Yeah, so it took me exactly half an hour to do this game, and I still don't really know what it was or what it was supposed to be about. I think it was some story about some kind of alien landing on a strange planet. It was a weird game. I don't really know what it was, but at least it's a very, very easy 100%, and like I said, it only takes about half an hour if you're following a guide. I believe that this is a story-related trophy, and this is a story-related trophy, but I believe all the others are missable. So it's like, find all the exits in a labyrinth. You only go into it once, like right at the beginning of the game. This is something that you do literally right at the start of the game, right at the beginning. This one is also in that labyrinth area, so it's pretty early on in the game if you were to miss it. And then you get a few later trophies, like these 3 trophies are a little bit later in the game. I don't think there's any sort of chapter select or anything, so you're definitely going to want to follow a guide. But thankfully the game is nice and short, so if you do screw something up, it's not the end of the world. You won't have to play for that long afterward. So yeah, it takes about half an hour, easy 100%. Still have no clue what this game was. But yeah, I mean, I got it done. It was a weird one, but I got it out of my backlog, so hey, great. 8 more trophies, including a gold and a lot of silvers too. So probably what people are more interested in hearing about are the old games that I continued my progress on. Uncharted 2 being one of them. So I believe last week I was only missing 4 trophies last week, and now I'm only missing 2. So Siege expansion, which is expansion 2, is now 100% complete. The 3 co-op maps on Crushing, I talked about that last time. It's not easy because some of the co-op maps can be very frustrating with just how they're set up. The Nepal Warzone, if you can get through the first part of Nepal Warzone, like the first street segment, you'll probably get through it without a whole lot of trouble. The Village is sort of medium difficulty all the way throughout, especially at the very end with the tank and helicopter. But we somehow beat it first try on Crushing, and we may have beaten it first try on Hard as well. It's the only map that we beat first try on either difficulty. And then, of course, the Sanctuary map is really, really obnoxious because of the helicopter section and the very beginning as well. So that one took quite a few tries, but we did eventually get through it. It's not unbearable at all. It just takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of patience, a little bit of knowing your strategy and decent communication. And I mean, we got through. It's thankfully only 3 co-op maps, which is not bad. So it's really not the worst thing in the world. So yeah, I can't really say it any other ways. Finished Wave 10 in 1 Siege game, got that done. That's one of the co-op game modes. First medals is first kill in the match. Defender medal is killings an enemy that's shooting at a teammate. Afterlife medals, that's one of the 2 new trophies we got. This one requires you to kill someone when you have already died. This is very, very easy. You can boost it in a bit of a convoluted way by having, basically you stand in two groups of people and your opposition throws a grenade at you, and immediately after they throw their grenade, you throw your grenade at their group, and you'll get a bunch of afterlife medals. Or there's also a perk, or a booster as they're called in this game, that you can take at level 48. I believe it's called Revenge. And if you take it, you'll drop a grenade upon death. It's basically martyrdom from the old Call of Duty. So that makes it even easier to get because you don't have to bother with throwing the grenades and doing it in a weird way. So not too bad as long as you have the perk, but otherwise it's still very easy to boost. This one is for stopping a 5 or greater kill streak. Triple threat is 3 kills with a long gun, handgun, and explosive in a single match. Protectorate medals, this one's really convoluted. I think it's basically get 5 defender medals in a game of Gold Rush. Or no, Plunder, Plunder. Yeah, that's basically what it is get 5 defender medals in a game of Gold Rush. And you can get multiple protectorate medals per match, but it's a little bit convoluted. It took us a while to boost this one, but we figured it out eventually and got through it. And I know that you guys actually seem to enjoy that live stream of us playing Uncharted 2 on stream. That was a fun stream, and that was... You know, as much as I generally hate boosting, I haven't minded this that much because it's a fun group of people to boost with. We get some good laughs and stuff out of it. And honestly, again, it's not the worst thing in the world. Yes, it's annoying that it takes so long to do everything, but it's definitely not the worst game I've ever had to boost or the most annoying, it's not at all a bad boosting group. So it really hasn't been that bad of an experience. We have a little bit of trouble sometimes getting into matches and with connection issues and stuff, but it's not terrible. I haven't hated it as much as I thought, let's say it that way. It's quite time consuming, and it goes pretty late into the night, as you can see. Like, we're boosting this pretty late at night sometimes because that's the only time that everyone's available, because some people are out in like the more Midwestern areas of the country, more so than I am. Like, other time zones are on the West Coast. Retaliation is killing someone that's killed you. Kneel Before Z, these are a little bit complicated. It's like you have to kill someone when they've been staggered by an explosive. And then Tricky Medals are just hang kills. So, yeah. So, we got through Siege Expansion. I think everyone in the group is done with Siege Expansion. I think everyone in the group actually only has these 2 trophies down here left. Because most of these we got a while back. So these ones down here are the main ones to look at. We finished up the objective games. So that one was done. That one wasn't too hard. Same with the captured medals, because we were guaranteed to get those along the way with completing the objective games, because Plunder is an objective game. And then we finished the 50 elimination games. Thank God that is over. I mean, those weren't too bad, but you don't get a whole lot of kills in them. So it didn't make a whole lot of progress toward the 2,500. But we got it done. It wasn't hard at all. It wasn't even terribly time consuming because each round only lasts a few minutes. So finally, the only 2 trophies we have left are 2,500 kills in deathmatch and elimination and 50 deathmatch wins. So everyone is at varying levels on this. Some people have done more than others just because of the way we've worked on it over time. Like, some of them played it more back in, years ago. They played it for fun and stuff. I think I have about 35 wins and 15 to 1,600 kills left. That sounds bad, but we have found a fairly efficient way to boost it. Basically, someone from the team that's supposed to win the deathmatch game gets 50 kills, and someone from the opposing team gets 49 kills. So you're basically guaranteed to get 50 kills or 49 kills every 3-ish matches, because I think that there's 5 of us left that need the 2 trophies. So we sort of, or at least the kill-based trophy. I don't know about the win trophy, but so basically every 2 to 3 games you're getting about 50 kills. So that's about every half an hour you're getting about 50 kills. But I think by this system that we're going on, even if you're getting 49 kills per match, I'm actually pulling up my phone calculator here, 49 kills per match times the 35 matches I have left to win is going to get me just over enough kills to finish both trophies. So in the end, we're going to get them both. I'm probably going to get them both around the same time. It's just going to take a while longer. And the only major problem with this game is that because of the 4th of July holiday, 2 or 3 people in the boosting group aren't going to be around for the next week or so until, like, I think July 10th is when we're getting back to it. So we're losing a fair amount of time that could have been used to boost this game and finish it. Because those 2 trophies, I mean, they'd still take time, but we could probably get it done in a couple more nights of dedicated boosting. So it's not so much the fact that we're losing time on Uncharted 2, because I have no doubt we're going to get it done before the September 3rd cutoff. That's not going to be an issue. It's the fact that we still have Uncharted 3 to do, and Uncharted 3 is far worse. And then, as an additional note with Uncharted 3, I have a question for you guys who own it. I have downloaded the whole multiplayer DLC collection on both my PS3s at different times, and I have them both downloaded, and I've also downloaded, and I have the free-to-play version as well, and I've had the free-to-play version for a long time. Now, whenever I go into the free-to-play version, it will not let me access a lot of the multiplayer stuff, and it's like calling on me to re-download stuff, including, like, it's saying that I don't have the co-op and that I have to go buy the co-op separately, which doesn't make any sense. And because, I mean, I think I could still possibly buy the co-op straight from the in-game store, but obviously I don't want to do that when I already have the other version. So is it doing that to me because I'm trying to play the free-to-play version? That's my assumption, and I have a disc copy coming in the next few days, hopefully. So I'll be able to test it with that. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that. If anyone can clarify exactly what's happening as to why it's not letting me access stuff, please let me know, because I would like to know, because I don't know if we're going to finish Uncharted 3 given how long it's taken us to do Uncharted 2. So I don't know if we're going to get Uncharted 3 done, but I want to get a good chunk of it done at the very least. If we can get it all done, fantastic. If we only get some of it done, but a good amount of it overall, then great. I'd love to still get a fair amount of it done. And I'd like to know exactly what's going on with that. I assume it has something to do with the free-to-play version being the version that I have, and the DLC maybe being either for the straight-up downloaded version of the Game of the Year edition, or the disc version. So that's my assumption, and I hope that that's going to be a fix. If not, please let me know what you think might work instead. Because, like I said, I want to get as much of the game done as possible, even if I don't get to 100% it. I'm going to get most of it done, for sure. And I mean, I have the advantage of, at the moment, I can spend my other free time for gaming boosting the treasures if I have to, and you can self-boost those with multiple consoles, which is nice. So thankfully, that one doesn't require any other players, I don't believe. And the final game of the week, Fallout 76. I actually returned to this and made a little bit of progress. I think I'm now a level 86 in the game. I think that's where I am right now, so only about 14 levels to go to hit level 100. There's a number of relatively efficient farming methods for XP, whether that be the Watoga Emergency Center, the Watoga High School when the Monster Mash event is active, going down into the fields to hunt Scorch Beasts, kind of effective. Honestly, I don't know if I'd really suggest that because they can be such a drain on resources to kill. Or going to, what's the other location? White Springs Resort, because it's infested with ghouls. Going to any nuked zone is also a good idea. So I'm definitely progressing through that. And I mean, it's coming slowly, but surely. It'll be done eventually. So the 2 trophies I got Never Go It Alone, join 20 teams. This one is glitchy. You can't just always join and rejoin the same player over and over again within the same lobby. I got it to work, like, we did that, like, me and another player joined and left each other's team 20 or more times in the same lobby. Then after that, we started server hopping, and in each individual lobby, we would rejoin each other's team, break it up, and go to another server. And after about 4 of those, so about 25 to 30 total on that day, plus at least 30 before that, some of which was boosted as well, it eventually popped. So I don't know exactly what the trophy requires. It's buggy. It's kind of annoying, but it looks to be that you have to do it in 20 separate sessions as of the modern day. It may have been different before some of the patches came out, but it looks like nowadays it just has to be done in separate servers. So keep that in mind if you're going for the trophy. You're better off honestly, your best bet is to join a server invite every single player in the server to your team. Someone is bound to join every time. Once they join, quit the team, leave the world, server hop again until you get it if you're not already playing the game in co-op anyway. The other trophy I got is Revive 20 Fallen Players. This trophy can be a little bit of a drain on resources unless you have the Quack Surgeon Charisma perk, as it allows you to revive fallen players with alcohol. There's also another perk in that segment, but it might be a different category, that allows you a 50% chance of keeping your stim pack when you use it to revive someone. So just keep in mind that you may need a lot of items for it. I usually carry a lot of alcohol in order to increase my carry weight, because carry weight is often a big problem in this game. So I do that, and that made it fairly easy to boost. So we got that pretty quickly. We should have picked a better place to boost it, though, that was less dangerous than White Springs, because when you piss off all the Securitrons, all of them come after you at once. Securitrons, Protectrons, Gutsies, there's a lot of them there, so it gets to be a little hectic. Another option is you can just have someone jump off a cliff repeatedly and heal them when they hit the ground. That's another option, but that might not be the most efficient. Or you can just kill each other and revive each other when you go down. It's a little bit finicky as to whether or not you'll get the chance to revive, because sometimes you take too much damage instantly. But it's not a hard trophy. We boosted it very quickly. I highly recommend having that perk that allows you to heal people with alcohol, or the one that gives you the 50-50 shot of retaining your stim pack. So otherwise, the only trophies I have left in Fallout 76 are reaching level 100, which I'm slowly grinding toward. I'm not in any hurry with this because, while Wild Appalachia's done with its DLC, we're getting a year 2 expansion pretty much, or DLC or something. I would assume it's going to be free. It better be, after the disaster that the game's been so far, even though it's gotten better. It better be free. But anyway, when that comes out, that's going to bring probably a larger new quest line. It's bringing back human NPCs and stuff. So I'm not really in any rush to finish this, because it'll remain supported for a while, to where shouldn't have to worry. And if we're lucky, it won't even have DLC trophies. That would be fantastic if that happened. And then Scorched Earth, not looking forward to this. I'm going to need to just join like a boosting session somewhere for this, because you really can't do it with just 4 people unless everyone's really high leveled and overpowered. If you have the right builds, maybe you could with 4 people, but I'd rather get in like a really big group, because I don't want to go through the process of launching a nuke and using all those resources when there's no guarantee that everyone in the lobby is going to hop in to kill the Scorch Queen, because not everyone does in these events. The one time I did it, like the second time I ever launched a nuke, everyone in the whole lobby pretty much did jump right into it, and we had a lot of people playing, but we failed the fight. So yeah, now I wasn't as high leveled or as well equipped, but regardless, we still failed the fight, and there were like 10 people down there. There was a level 200 something down there, and we still couldn't beat it. So not looking forward to that. I'm going to just have to find a group to do it with, because otherwise it's just never going to happen. It's just going to take forever to do. Hopefully, or if there's ever some kind of exploit with a weapon, or whether it be a weapon or with the boss fight or something that could be used to speed it up or make it easier. Because again, it's not that killing the queen is the hardest thing in the world. Yeah, she has a colossal amount of health, but she's not really that more dangerous than a regular Scorch Beast. It's just the absurd amount of health and the fact that you have a time limit of 30 minutes. If it wasn't for the time limit, this wouldn't be that hard. So, with that is the main update for this week. Level 66, 65%, 16,541 total trophies, 380 platinums, 2,141 golds, 4,212 silvers, 9,808 bronzes. Closing in on that 10,000 bronzes. That's kind of cool. And closing in on that 400 platinum. So I got to get 19 more before I can finish Red Dead, which Red Dead, it's taken enough time that I think will be okay. I do wonder when we'll start getting DLC for Red Dead 2. I'm sure that it'll happen, because the last few games all had DLC, so there's no way this one's not going to have it. Although I guess in good news, that means that we're probably not going to get any more for GTA 5, which is good, unless that whole, the casino update, the big casino update thing that's coming out this summer has it. I hope it doesn't, because I don't really need to go back to that game anytime soon. I don't need to put more effort into it. So this week, I don't know if I'll hit Fallout 76 anymore this week. I'm probably going to focus more on Red Dead 2 and trying to get Uncharted 3 to work and see if I can figure out what's going on with that. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll do a couple of easy platinums again this week, or maybe another easy 100% in there somewhere. And also, I just got on GameFly, I got God of War 2018, so I'm going to be starting on that this week. Finally get to play it. I've heard that it's, obviously, everyone loves it, so let's see if I do too. It's not always my kind of game, but we'll see if it's good enough to make me like that kind of game. Also, for those interested, Just Cause 4 just dropped a new DLC, its second DLC. I think it has a missable trophy in it, but I think that most of the trophies, they look pretty simple from what I've seen. They look easier than the first DLC, but I could be wrong on that. I don't have any of the DLC yet because it's overpriced. I'm going to wait until it all goes down a lot in price and there's either like a complete edition or just a nice sale on it. So that's sort of what I'm waiting for on Just Cause 4. When it eventually all goes on sale, I will go back and 100% Just Cause 4 because it doesn't seem to be a hard 100% and it's not a hard platinum, it's just a little bit of a time-consuming platinum. So do keep that in mind if you want to go back to Just Cause 4. If you have the DLC or have the Season Pass for it, then feel free to head back to it. So yeah, the main focus this week will be on more Red Dead 2. I'll log into Destiny 2 next weekend. Maybe I'll hit up Fallout 76 at some point, maybe not, I don't know yet. Probably a couple of easy games, and then trying to get Uncharted 3 to work. If I can get Uncharted 3 to work, then I might start on boosting the treasures. Self-boosting them, I should be able to make at least a little bit of progress on that. And maybe I can even get started on the co-op if some of the other people are around. I think enough people are around that we could maybe get started on the 3-player co-op stuff. We'll see about that, though. It'd be nice to at least get a little bit of it done while we got a little bit of downtime. And then I think that's pretty much it. God of War as well. Get started on it this week. And as one additional note, for anyone who's been watching my Fallout max skill run streams, we're coming up on the end of that. What I'm doing with it, though, is in the last stream we hit like level 24. No, we hit like level 23 and 3/4 or something. So what I'm doing with that is, since all the quests and stuff are done, I am actually just going to do, for part 12 of it, it's just going to be a standard video compilation of my level ups in the game, just so that you don't have to watch me wander around for at least another 2 streams, just going around killing stuff in various places, or just doing the mine diffusing glitch that you can use to get a little bit of XP. It's very time consuming, it's very uninteresting, and I don't think people would want to see that on a live stream. I just don't think it would be fun. I don't really think I could get very good commentary for it either. So that's going to be the next episode of that. Then part 13, which may not be this coming week. It may take 2 weeks to get around to that, because I'm only a level 26 right now in Fallout 3. So I got to grind XP for another like 3.5 levels, unfortunately. So eventually I will get back to that, though, and it'll be 1 to 2 weeks from now we'll be able to finish that game off, and I'll find something different to stream at that point on Fridays and Saturdays. So I have other games I want to play. Like I actually own Wolfenstein 2. I'm not going to play it on my main account because I'm not going to suffer through that, but I wouldn't mind playing it on my alt account because I've heard good things about the game, that it's fun. Then I have Nintendo games, Switch games I want to play. I have a couple other PS3 games I wouldn't mind playing through. I have more challenge runs that won't take anywhere near as long for the Fallout games, for both Fallout 3 and New Vegas. I haven't thought of any for Fallout 4. Not sure if I will do any for Fallout 4. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Stream schedule should still be consistent this week, though, because the people are gone until July 10th. I think that's the next time we're going to be back to boosting the full group for Uncharted 2. So hopefully we'll get it done within like the next couple of weeks. So like within a week of them getting back, we should have it done and get started immediately on Uncharted 3. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you later this week.